It's crazy for me to see how many B2B SaaS founders are killing their close rates by making very obvious mistakes. And in the past years, I have helped over 100 founders in all different niches fix their close rates. And many times we would go from 0 or 5% close rate to like 30, 50, and 60 within just a matter of weeks. And in this video, I want to share what are the main fixes that I've done with them in order to achieve this. By the way, if you'd want to get my guidance with fixing your close rate, just go to saascamp.com and we'll get this sorted. So, the main thing, which is oftentimes stopping founders from selling consistently, is being too nice. And let me explain you that. So, when I made my B2B products and when I started um, growing my startups, when someone would agree to the call, it would be like a huge excitement for me, and I would be so hyped just to have this potential prospect come and join the call. And then I would try to remove every bump possible. I would adjust to their schedule, sometimes waking up at 5 a.m. just to make it possible for me to meet with them because, oh wow, someone agreed. And then they dictate the whole call. I say, yes, sure, we can do a free trial. Yes, discount, no worries. Just trying to do everything possible in order for me to get them to buy. And the more I was doing this, eventually, the more now I realize I was killing my sales processes because in every negotiation, the one who needs it less always wins. And as a startup founder, especially a technical one with huge background in sales, it's just so easy. And still, even for those who've got sales background, as I did, for example, you just have this product of yours, and you are so excited to share it with the world, that once people start agreeing to a product demo, you're like doing everything possible just to get them in, but you're not realizing how much damage you're causing with that. And the way to fix it is to stop playing their game on their terms and rather dictate your own ones. Because imagine you go to a hospital and then you're discussing a surgery with a doctor, and the doctor is like, oh yeah, sure, we can do a discount. Oh yeah, half of the surgery is for free. And then yeah, sure, we'll do the first part of the surgery free trial. No worries. Oh yeah, we can come to your place at 3 a.m. and so on. And the more things you hear like that, the more ridiculous it sounds, the more sketchy it feels, and the less respect you have to this doctor. And then, um, how ironic it is that the doctor who, let me just close the notifications here. The doctor who responds to you can't speak right now. First open slot is in 6 weeks, this date at this 10 a.m. Work, end of the sentence. That's it. And you're like, you've been recommended to them. Someone recommended this doctor to you. Then they reply you this, and oftentimes you go with them because if the doctor is booked out for months in advance, it's high chance that they are doing an amazing job. And then you go there to this doctor. They're like, okay, it's 15 grand upfront. They don't even need to mention it's upfront, it's obvious. And when you ask, oh, is it really gonna help me? They're like, that's it. They even don't need to do any selling. And this is just so incomparably more powerful than you trying to adjust to all the people's requests that they're making. And I understand that you're doing this from your best intention, that you're thinking, oh, the more I adjust to someone's requests, the easier it's going to be for them to sign up, and the more interested they're going to be to sign up. No, it works the other way around. People submitting applications, then people joining waitlists and being put on the waitlist, people being put in condition that they can only purchase something in a certain time frame. All this do work because it's human psychology. And here, coming back to the idea of how you can stop killing your close rate, well, you need to start controlling the frame of the call. You need to be the one with authoritative frame, and you need to have the power frame, because if in the call the dynamics are set up such a way that the prospect is the one who dictates how the conversation is going to go, they're the one running the call and telling you, oh, I'm busy at that time, at that time, and by the way, yeah, show me the product because I gotta go in 7 minutes. No, look, if it's a high ticket sale, I don't see how you're closing this. Maybe if your product is just insanely good. It needs to be the other way around. They join the call, you make the agenda clear because you take the initiative, then you say, look, the way we run this is going to be the following way. First, we do this, then we do that. Lastly, if it's a good fit, then we're going to show you how this solution is going to work for you. That works? Cool. Once you have alignment there, this gives you the power to then run the call to your way. And now I realize that a lot about your close rate has to do with types of and the quality of leads you're getting, because if you're chasing people to the call in your booking process, like, oh yeah, please can we then meet at 5 a.m. my time if it works better for you, and stuff like this. Of course, I'm over exaggerating now, but look, the way you get people in a call also matters, because you need to be booking people like, okay, we've got this slot at that day or that slot on the other day. Which one works better for you? And some startups, for example, they join my program having 3 to 5 calls on the calendar. Some startups join having 15 to 30. And of course, it's easier to speak like that when you already have 15 to 30 calls lined up on your calendar each week. But even when you are at 2 to 5 demos a week, you already need to be embracing such mindset. And for you to stop killing your close rate, you need to be controlling the power frame on your calls. You need to be the one running the call and explaining other people, okay, this works this way, this works that way, and so on. Plus, you need to really take care of your entire messaging throughout the whole buyer journey so that their buyer intent index is high even before they first speak to you. Imagine that you have 2 leads, Ben and Mike. And Ben, you chased them, and for example, they required few follow-ups to get to the meeting, then they finally made it, then they say they only have 50 minutes, and so on. It's like you can have 50 calls like this lined up throughout the week, but I'm not sure how you can in any day get beyond 10% close rate with them unless you are really undercharging for your product. And then there is the other guy, Mike, who needed to sign up to the waitlist because your solution is in so much high demand. Then you ran them through a quick qualification process even before the call, because you don't sell your solution to everyone, you sell it only to people who you're sure are going to be getting a huge value from it. So yes, you run people through this pre-discovery qualification sequence. Then you get them to your asset gallery, which is basically a collection of your testimonials, case studies, and all the assets that basically do the heavy lifting for you, such way that once they would actually come to the call, by then they already have seen a lot of your testimonials. They understand that similar people have succeeded with your solution as them, and they basically just are more ready to pay. And then the second biggest thing and second biggest way how I see founders killing their close rates is by doing too much selling on the call. And I'll explain this. In order for you to sell something to someone, you need to have a few points there. You need to understand what their pain is, you need to understand what their goal is, and you need to know what the gap is between their pain and their goal. In other words, their dream outcome. And the way you sell something to someone is you connect these dots together, and when this become in alignment with someone's beliefs, that's when you get the sale. So, for example, let's look at the classical ways people are doing their product demos. Yeah, thank you for joining this call. Immediately, I usually don't like when founders are using thank you for joining this call, because it immediately implies that the prospect is making you a favor by joining, which actually makes it harder for you to be seen as an authority there. Instead, you want to be the one who prospects are thanking that they had the privilege of checking out such exclusive B2B SaaS solution. So once you start running the call, you need to spend the first part of the call doing the discovery part, so that you can really understand, okay, what is the pain that they're struggling with. Then you learn more about what is the dream scenario they want to get to, and then what they are missing on the way there. And if you immediately jumped into showing them the product, and many times I understand that your product is in no way optimized from one person to another, but it's like same for everyone. Still, you sell to people differently, because if you just run everyone through, okay, this thing does that, and the more complex products we're talking, so for example, going from $100 a month to, $2,000 a month, 5K, then 10K and onwards, the more personalization the sales process requires. And even though the product can be identical, still you need to be selling this differently, because for everyone, the pain, the gap, and the dream outcome are going to be different. And your role during the call is to identify them, make sure that the person understands that you understand them, and when these dots are connected together, this makes your job much easier, because instead of you causing some error in their mind, which would usually come from, for example, imagine you join the call and I immediately say, look, this pen is awesome for drawing cartoons, and it's also fantastic for daily journaling. And then you're listening to this, never drawing cartoons and doing no journaling. In reality, when you want to, for example, write a book, right? I just failed there because I simply did not dig deep enough. And then not only I would need to understand that, okay, you're writing the book, but also the better I understand the hidden pain, like level 2 and level 3 pain and level 2 and level 3 dream outcome, the more leverage I have when doing the pitch. So again, I'll show you an example. Okay, cool. You want this pen to write a book. This pen will help you write a book. Go buy it. Or if I go a couple levels deeper, it's gonna look the following way. Okay, and why have you always wanted to write the book? Oh, that's because I promised my grandfather I'll do so. And why have you promised your grandfather you'll do so? Oh, that's because he's been an author himself, and that's why I've been deeply inspired by this my entire life, and that's why I now believe I am ready to write one. Okay, and what has been the issue for you? Oh, I just didn't have a good pen for writing daily. Oh, and what is good for you? See, here I'm going for implication question. The good pen is the one that feels for example, for me, it would be that it's 1.0 millimeter, that it's pleasant to write with, and that it's like this, as if it's like a part of my hand, because when I feel so, it's just much easier for me to write, and amazing lyrics are going out of my mind. So basically, once I understand that, okay, this guy wanted this pen because he's made a promise to his grandfather to write a book, plus the pen which writes flawlessly and with ink being 1.0 millimeter is better for him, I'll just tell him, look, I know few guys who have written books like this one with this pen, plus yes, it writes with this ink with and see, that's how, for example, in only me discovering something for 3-5 extra minutes, I just have so much more leverage than any other potential seller that he would meet, that high chance he would go with me. That's why you would want to go, first of all, you need to be the one controlling the call and the one having the authority. Second, you need to be doing more questioning and less pitching, how, no matter how ironic it sounds, but you need to do less selling. And thirdly, don't go for just surface level pain and dream outcome, but rather dig for level 2 and level 3 pain, gaps, and dream outcomes, because this way you will understand them on a much better and deeper level and will have much higher chances of closing the sale. In case you would love extra help building your own script and understanding how to achieve all these things with having authority on the call and how to do this, how to build these lines of questioning, then that's exactly what I do with B2B SaaS startups inside SaaS Camp. So just find the link nearby and check it out. And if for some reason you feel that you're not ready yet, then I also have a Telegram channel in which I post all the other source that I have. So check it out as well. Thank you for watching and have a fantastic day.